to Pasadena and the majestic Rose Bowl, one of the unique settings in all of sport. This year's Rose Bowl, presented by Prudential, is a crucial part of the college football playoff. A neutral site showdown where neither team has the home field edge. It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish against the USC Trojans. EA Sports College Football, Chris Fowler along with Joel Klatt here in the booth, and joined on the field by Holly Rowe. Hello, Holly.
I caught up with the USC head coach before the game. Coach is using a great motivational tactic in the locker room with his team. He told me this is the best game outside of the playoffs in this postseason, and challenging our guys to put on a show for our fans. They want to make sure people know we will be in the playoff next year, and that motivation all starts here today with a terrific top 25 matchup. Guys?
All right, thanks, Holly. Good stuff. So Notre Dame's offense comes onto the field for the first time today. And welcome to the Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all, and one of the grandest stages in all of sports. Everyone here today feeling like there's nowhere else they would rather be than Pasadena. Whatever happens on this field, Joel, it seems like it has amplified weight and importance just because it's at the Rose Bowl.
I think it's because the rest of the country is under snow, and here we turn on the TV and there's sunshine, the San Gabriels. This is the most iconic and best venue in all of college football. I cannot imagine the anticipation and pressure and the overall anxiety that these players are feeling about to step on this legendary field.
Important second down play coming up. Back to throw. It's Carr. The pass is caught. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play. There's a challenging 3rd and 8 now in this opening possession. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. He's past the marker and still going.
The defense has got to start committing more guys to stopping the run, because on these quarterback runs, think about it, Chris, you're adding a hat as the offense, and that's why it's such an advantage. He's obviously got the athleticism to do so, and here he picks up a huge gain. Nice explosive run from the quarterback.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Makes the grab. It's Gilbert. Tackled, but forced down.
Big completion like that early in the game is huge for the quarterback's confidence. Now you feel like you can do that over and over and over again. This play caller needs to start putting the ball in his hands now. You build the momentum through a completion like that. You got to utilize it. Go back to that well.
Quick throw caught on the left side. The gain is 4, so it's 2nd and 6. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And the gain just good enough for a 1st down.
Chris, give credit to this quarterback and this offense. They continue to be patient and just continue to make 1st downs, and now getting the ball across the 50. Clearly now in scoring range, and as a quarterback, you've got to think to yourself, no sacks. You can't take a negative play and knock yourself out of field goal range.
And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Off the play fake on 1st down. Finds his target. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion. So it's 2nd down and 9. The completion not producing much there on 1st down. Back to throw. It's Carr. Grab behind the line. It's Williams. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. The 8th play of this opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Gets nothing again. Sets up a 4th and short.
I've always been a big believer that you build defenses front to back and inside out. There is nowhere to go in the middle of this field right now. They're doing a great job of not allowing that offensive line to gain traction at the line of scrimmage. It's a beautiful stop right there. Really nowhere to go in the middle.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Out comes the field goal team to give it a shot. This is a long way out. Oh, and he missed it. The kick is no good. And with that miss, the score will stay right where it is.
Chris, this is an extension of what I saw in warm-ups. It was a struggle. There were a lot of missed kicks, and here he comes out, and in the live game, he misses it again. I'm sure his confidence is going to be low, and now the trust factor. Is the coach going to put him out there for another kick?
So USC's offense makes their way onto the field for their first possession. This offense, and especially the quarterback, well aware of the challenge today. This is an elite group of defensive backs. They've been so tough to throw the ball on.
Chris, I don't think you can just come out and throw the ball against this group, to your point of how dynamic they have been in the back end. I think that you've got to come out and establish the run game. I think that's the only way that you have success, potentially throwing the football down the field later in the game. You know, Chris, one of the things we don't talk about enough in quarterback play is the decision-making in the run game. And here in the RPO, he makes a great read. He's not throwing the football. It doesn't go on his stat sheet, but he hands the football off on a beautiful read, and it's a nice, productive gain for this offense.
With the catch, it's Anderson. And he's tackled, but only after picking up a first down.
That's a good find by the quarterback. These early first downs within the series, they're so important to establish momentum. And now you've got to take that momentum and carry it with you. Try to get this ball down the field and go get points on this series.
Back-to-back chunk plays to begin the drive. The defense on their heels. To throw, it's Mayava. Caught over the middle, it's Williams. Defense makes the tackle as the final seconds of this first quarter run out. End of the first quarter here, still no score. As we get lined up here for quarter number 2, we'll see if the offenses can get going. They didn't do much in the opening quarter. Here we go, first play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Here's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. Heading left after the handoff. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Oh, that's a really good job by the defense. Being gap sound, there's nowhere to go for this running back because of the fundamental football being played on the opposite side. This defense is where they need to be, and then they're making the tackle. Really good job defensively.
So now it's third and short from the 30. A chance for the defense to make a play here and perhaps force a field goal attempt. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down.
That's a great stop for this defense. That's a manageable third down situation. You feel like you still have to defend against the run and the pass, and yet they're able to get the incompletion. That's a great job and an opportunity to get off the field here.
The offense will go for here on fourth down and 3. From the shotgun, here's an inside. It's a fumble. Ball scooped up by the defense. He's got a crease. And he's in the clear down the right side. End zone ahead. Inside the 20. A scoop and score. Wow. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
This is a mark of a great defense. You take a lead and you go out there and you slam the door and you make it difficult on the offense. Here, it's a scoop on the outside. The defensive back with all of his speed, taking it the opposite direction for a score and building on that lead that the offense gave him. What a great job by this defense, and certainly going to be a huge play in this game.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0.
That makes the score Notre Dame 7.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. He's going to return it from near the goal line. Another great move. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. And the USC offense is back out on the field. Using his legs, it's Jordan. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
I love seeing that type of response out of these players. And here the running back, after the fumble on the last drive, he's able to get the football and move the first down. That's a nice gain and a really good run. And credit the offensive coordinator, still having the faith in his back, giving him an opportunity after the mistake on the last drive.
Play action here on first down. The sure hands, it's Jordan. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
I really like the mindset of this quarterback. Take what the defense gives. You don't have to press the ball down the field all the time.
So 2nd and 6 now for the pickup 4 on first. Here's the handoff. Great cut there. They finally make the stop right near midfield. It'll be first down.
Outstanding job up front. Look at the hole right here. The back has the counter play, this little misdirection, and it is wide open because of what they're doing up front. This offensive line is so good, and they are winning the line of scrimmage.
And the Trojans getting set on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Jordan. They'll bring him down, but the spin cycle put on that defender, my goodness.
What an advantage for this offense that they have players that they can dump the ball off to on short completions, and then they can take it yards after the catch and create explosive plays. And here, again, it's about timing, getting the ball out quickly, and then the playmaking ability of these players on the outside.
Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
This defense has got to play better up front, in particular on first down. This offense continues to just gain yards on first down, churning out 4, 5, 6 yards, and staying out of obvious passing situations. This defensive line has got to start winning their one-on-one blocks up front.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. Looking downfield, it's Mayava. Grab down the middle, it's Anderson. They stop him, but it's a first down.
Yeah, there you go. That's a nice completion by this quarterback, and he's able to move the chains here on this series. This quarterback just needs to continue to do this, find the open man, and hit him with the accurate pass.
New set of downs for the offense, 1st and 10. He'll hand it off. Got an opening here. They get him on the ground finally, but it'll be first down from the 14.
That's a great run and a big pickup in the RPO, the run-pass option. This defense is going to have to shift their focus. They're clearly too concerned with the passing game. You've got to stop the run first if you're going to have a chance in this game.
And the Trojans trying to cash in here in the red zone. Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain.
Well, the key to third down success is being good on first down. And here the defense does a great job on first down, bowing up and stopping the run. And that's the key to this thing. If you can create long yardage situations, now they have to throw the football, and that pass rush can start getting after it.
Big throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. He's brought down after a short gain. That's not going to be first down yardage. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Catch made on the right side. Tackle made at the 1-yard line, but it'll be 1st and goal. Timeout taken by the Trojans. That's their first. They have 2 more to work with before halftime. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal. They go to the air to reach the end zone.
That is exactly what the doctor ordered in this situation. Tight ball game, and they drive the length of the field. Great execution from everyone on the offensive side to go all the way down the field and put it in the end zone.
Now the important point after attempt. And he knocks it right through. So the offense gets momentum scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get a stop and preserve that momentum. And here's the return from inside the 5. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. So here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? They start with an RPO. Quick pass to the right. The defense drops him for a loss. He went backwards there. A second down behind the sticks now. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
All right, thanks, guys. And through 2 quarters of ball, it looks like we're in for another fun one here today. And talk about a good, competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these 2 programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been, well, a good, competitive game so far. They don't call me the most creative man in broadcasting for nothing, you know. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to watch this one unfold. Back to our guys in the booth.
Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. And it's fielded. Can the returner make something happen here? Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And the Trojans offense back on the field. They're looking for some points to jump on top here as we get the third quarter going. Throws it to the right. Finds a man downfield. That's a big gain to the right. Stop at the 36. That's good enough to move the sticks.
That's a good find by this quarterback to move the chains and create another first down. And now you got to keep this momentum going. Take this ball and try to move it all the way down the field and put it in the end zone.
So quickly, all the way up to the 36, and it's first down. Handoff to the back, and he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
Well, this is exactly what you need to do on first down is continue to stay on schedule and keep your quarterback out of those long yardage passing situations. The run game is doing a good job, and you got to give the credit to the offensive line. Continue to churn yards on first.
Here's the second down play. Motion by the back will make the defense adjust. Off the play fake, looking to pass it. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. They're finally able to stop, and the quarterback brings the big man down. Not easy to do with that size difference. So now it's third and short from the 43. Can they keep the drive going or perhaps face a tough fourth down decision? Caught over the middle. It's Bowman. And the Trojans offense is on the move now.
Well, this is the advantage of a good quality big tight end is that he can basically just post up the defense on a third down and you create a first down for your offense. This is the type of mismatch that I think they should exploit the rest of the day.
And the Trojans moving quickly down the field here. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Caught in the backfield. It's Bowman. Brought down for a loss after the completion. Not what they were looking for.
What outstanding coverage from the defense. The tight end is trying to get himself open. The quarterback clearly wants to go to him, feels like he's got the matchup, but the defense sniffs it out, and they are there for a loss. Beautiful job. And then again, by the way, tackling in space. We continue to talk about that. They're able to tackle in space and create a negative play.
They get him down, but the game moves the ball to the 37. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback.
Man, seeing a passing game in rhythm is so fun to watch, and here this quarterback is clearly in rhythm, playing with a lot of confidence, and he gets this ball all the way down the field. It's a nice play by the wide receiver. It's just great execution all the way around.
Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Grab down the middle. It's Bowman. Tackle finally made down at the 13-yard line.
Chris, that's exactly where they wanted to go with this ball. You can tell by this play fake. You get some play-action pass, and there is conflict on the defense, and more specifically on the defenders responsible for the tight end. He's your primary target, and they're able to get the ball to him for a nice big gain. Beautiful play call. Great execution by the quarterback, tight end, running back, everybody involved.
The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Well, now this defense is in a perfect situation. You're creating an obvious passing situation for the offense, and you can get these pass rushers going. Get them out on the edge, let them get after the quarterback, and create havoc in the backfield.
Coming to the line on second down, this is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Try to catch the defense with the draw. They bring him down, but not before he gets to the 5-yard line.
I know it doesn't look like much, but I really like that play. Chris, first of all, you're getting yourself in a more manageable third down situation, and the entire point of this thing is to move the chains. So creating this situation is not bad for the offense.
Running back with the football. Not quite enough for the first down. Going to be fourth down and just inches.
Stopping the run is about being sound fundamentally and schematically. You got to be where you're supposed to be in your gap, but then you got to fight. And this defense is fighting off blocks, making tackles. They're doing a really nice job.
Here we go on fourth down. Touchdown, Trojans. And that will give them the lead now.
This touchdown is a direct result of the respect that this defense has for this quarterback and his athleticism on the outside. Watch the defensive end. This is his own read, and he's going to stay wide because he has to respect the quarterback, keeping it out there on the edge, and that opens up the interior lane. Running back is free, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. So after putting up a touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And it's Field, a returner trying to create good field position here. He tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up from the 17-yard line. On first down, it's play action. A deep shot to the left side. Oh, he dropped it. Can you believe it? A huge gain slips through his hands.
Well, we've seen it all day long. This defense is right time, right place, and again, they hold them. It has been a frustrating day for this offense.
So after the incompletion, it's second down. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage. Offense comes up to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before the quarter expires. Running play called on third and short. Tackle after he makes the first down as the seconds tick away here in the third quarter. It's USC on top as we break for the quarter. We've reached the end of the third. Time is running out to cut into this lead. Let's check out the game stats before we go on. We're set now for the fourth quarter. Who is going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. To the air. It's Carr. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. They bring him down after a short gain there.
This is what makes this defense so tough. Great zone coverage behind the play, forcing the quarterback to check things down, but then the key, tackle in space.
5-yard pickup on first down sets them up at 2nd and 5. A lot of play calling options here. A quick throw out left, complete. Stop for no gain. Excellent tackle.
Well, this defense told us they were going to be ready for these completions at or near the line of scrimmage, and that was going to be a big part of their plan, and you can see that paying off here. Good pursuit, good job tackling in space, and that's a completion for no gain.
Third down play, looking for a fresh set of downs. And the wideout goes in motion. Quarterback in the shotgun here on third down. He bought some time, now lets it go. Catch made by the tight end. They've got him at the 48, but that's a first down.
That is such an important conversion to keep your offense on the field. They're trying to execute this comeback here in the second half. They need points. They need it in a hurry. It's a good job of moving the chains on third down.
This could be a dramatic finish, marching toward a tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Catch made over the middle.
I really like the execution from this quarterback and wide receiver. Watch as they're on the same page and then on the same timing. If you're going to complete these in-breaking routes, it's got to be framed up and it's got to be thrown on time. Both of those happen, and it's completion for this offense.
The 8-yard completion makes it 2nd and 2. The opportunity for the play caller here to be a little bit aggressive. Gonna run it. It's Williams. Looks like Notre Dame will have the first down.
This O-line is doing work. Doesn't have to be a big gain in the run game to be successful. Here in a short yardage situation, they're able to just hand it off and let the big fellas up front do work. And they're able to pick up that first down. Good job up front.
Notre Dame getting set with a 1st and 10 now. It's a draw. He's got space. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31.
This is a good call and really good execution. It takes some patience, first from the quarterback, getting those eyes downfield. But for this draw to be successful, I think it's all about that pass set from the offensive lineman. They got to really sell that pass set in order to get the defensive lineman up the field. And then there you go for a nice little run. Good job by the running back.
Deep shot toward the end zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown.
Just get the sense that he's forcing the football down the field. That's a tight window throw, and he's trying to fit it in there, and it gets easily batted away. Needs to allow the offense to work for him and take what the defense gives him.
So 2nd down after the incompletion. He hands it off from the gun.
Yeah, Chris, I like this play right here because after a 2nd and 10, what you want is just a manageable third down. I've always thought, like, hey, get half of this back, create a third down that's more manageable for the play caller and for the quarterback, and that's exactly what they've done here.
The final 2 minutes here, this defense trying to hang on, the offense trying to make a play to win it. Tight game, final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. Can he get there on the ground? It's not enough for a first down. It'll be 4th down and 1. Down 1 possession in the 4th quarter, and the offense is going to try to convert here on 4th down. This could be the game here. Oh, they cannot connect. Really needed that completion. Instead, it's a turnover on downs. They did not make it short on 4th down. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football, and now it's 2nd down.
Really good timing from this secondary. The contact arrives right when the ball arrives, and it's able to dislodge it. Great job from them. Incomplete pass.
Offense comes up trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. Dropping back, it's Maiava. Short throw complete to the tight end. Breaking free, end zone ahead. Was out of bounds after a solid gain, close to the 45.
Well, this is a gutsy call from the offensive coordinator, and it pays off. The defense is set up to stop the run, try to get this ball back, and it's a big play, great execution. But at this point, you've got to stay in bounds and keep that clock running so you can salt this game away.
Time winding down. This offense comes to the line trying to bleed out the clock. Grinding away on the ground. And the defense smothers him for no gain. And the Fighting Irish will call their first timeout. The decision to make here. What are they going to do on this second down?
This is exactly what they need to do here. Milk the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep this game clock running. And if it is, as a quarterback, I'm not snapping this ball on the next play until it's inside of 4 seconds on the play clock. That's how you manage this game.
And now Notre Dame will spend their second timeout. Strategy session before this third down play. Offense comes up trying to grind down the clock and secure the W. And he'll drop back here on third down. Fires it to the wideout. Caught over the middle. It's Anderson. They bring him down, but that is a crucial first down. They could just run out the clock in victory formation now. Looks like the quarterback will just take a knee here. And that will do it for our coverage here. Thanks for joining us. For Joel Klatt and Holly Rowe, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.